4 years have passed since the violent clash between Indian and Chinese soldiers in Ladakh's Galwan Valley had taken place. Yet, the border standoff remains unresolved despite numerous military and diplomatic engagements. The Narendra Modi government, now in its third term, faces a complex situation as China remains steadfast in its position. We are currently on our way from Leh to Pangong Tso, and in between, we will stop at key locations, especially in the Chushul Valley, to show our viewers the Kailash Range, where the tensions continue to remain high between the Indian Army and the Chinese PLA, as these places fall under the line of actual control or the de facto border between India and China. The terrain in eastern Ladakh is inhospitable and the weather unpredictable. One can see the Indian Army moving heavy contingents along these high mountainous passes that are also frequented by tourists all throughout the year, making it extremely difficult for the local residents there as well as the army that has to mobilize its troops and several other equipment while the border standoff with China continues. The shortest route from Leh to Pangong Tso is through the Changla Pass that is located around 18,000 feet above the sea level, and the weather here is the trickiest. As ABP Live made its way through the pass and onwards towards Pangong Tso, heavy snowfall was encountered by us. After a brief stopover at the Diskete Nubra Valley by the team, the ABP Live team started moving. And on the way, we encountered tourists who cared less about the ongoing skirmish between India and China or the military standoff, but they were busy making reels while enjoying the changing weather. Hello and welcome to ABP Live. We are standing right now on the road towards the Pangong Tso, or which is also called the Pangong Lake, which was the center point of the India-China border clash, which started in April-May 2020 and it is still continuing. Now, towards the north of this road is Chushul, a border town that lies along the line of actual control. And if you can see, the weather remains extremely unpredictable here. Right now, a snowfall is happening, and yet we can see the roads that have been built is in an extremely great condition, which has been built by the Border Roads Organization, which was not so till a few years back. But one can see now the high quality roads and the fact that how mobilization troops have become easier. We will also show you near Pangong Tso what the situation is and how tourists are now going. Now remember, when the standoff had happened, it had been restricted, rather it was stopped, and then there was COVID also which was there, but now tourists are coming in hordes, they are coming in large numbers, and they are also enjoying the entire route in which you get one of the highest locations, which is the Changla Pass, that's in 16,000 feet, and there was snowfall today when I crossed that. We saw army also on both the sides, manning the roads, manning the posts that are there. So we will show you more as we go along the road. In order to make a sense of the line of actual control, we head towards the Chushul Bowl and visit the Chushul Township, where the residents are having an adverse impact due to the ongoing border standoff. The villagers there say they have lost all their winter grazing grounds due to the border tensions. Earlier, they used to take their livestock till the Blacktop, Helmet Top and Gurung Hills. As we can see in this video, that make up the Kailash range, but not anymore, as these vast tracts of mountainous land and desert have come under what has come to be known as the buffer zone. This is the area where the Kailash Range operation took place under Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Y.K. Joshi. As a result of the operation, the Indian Army was able to take control of the heights there and could keep an eye directly into the Moldo garrison of the Chinese at the bottom of the Kailash Range on the other side. However, local villagers in Chushul continue to face the adverse effect of the standoff even as their village economy is facing a massive transformation. ABP Live spoke to Chushul councillor Konchok Stanzin to understand the intensity of the problem. आपका कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी है चुशुल विच इज़ अलोंग द लाइन ऑफ एक्चुअल कंट्रोल, और अप्रैल 2020 से हमने देखा है अभी तो 4 साल होने को आया द बॉर्डर स्टैंड ऑफ जो इंडिया चाइना में चल रही है. थोड़ा सा डिसएंगेजमेंट हुआ है बट डेमचौक एंड डेपसंग अभी भी रिमेन्स वेरी सीरियस फ्रिक्शन पॉइंट्स एंड ह्यूज डिप्लॉयमेंट है दोनों साइड से. तो इसका इम्पैक्ट आपके जैसे रेजिडेंट्स पे, आपके कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी पे कैसे असर पड़ता है?
जी बिल्कुल, जैसे ही 2020 में जो मेजर फेस ऑफ इंडिया और PLA और हमारे इंडियन आर्मी के जो बीच हुआ, वो अभी तक के 1962 से लेके अगर देखते हैं तो अभी तक के सबसे बड़ा जो है फेस ऑफ रहा है.
अच्छा, आप सोचते हैं 1962 से ये सबसे बड़ा फेस ऑफ
है? बिल्कुल 1962 में तो बिल्कुल वॉर छिड़ गया था. तो इसके बाद छोटा मोटा जो फेस ऑफ तो पेट्रोलिंग के समय होता है, हमारे सिविलियंस को नहीं पता चलता है. लेकिन ये जो 2020 में जो हुआ वो कई जगह पे हुआ, जैसे आप देख सकते हैं गलवान में भी हुआ है, और गोगरा हॉट स्प्रिंग एरिया जो PP 15, 16, 17 एरिया हुआ वहाँ पे भी बिल्डअप हुआ है. इसी तरह नॉर्थ बैंक पेंगोंग जो फिंगर्स एरिया है वहाँ पे भी हुआ है. और चुशुल में जैसे कैलाश रेंज हुआ, ब्लैक टॉप, हेलमेट टॉप, गुरुंग हिल, रिजंगला, रिंचनला, उस सब एरिया में जो है मेजर जो फेस ऑफ चुशुल कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी जो मेरे कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में आता है तो वहाँ पे हुआ. और लोगों को भी अभी तक का यही एक्सपीरियंस है कि सबसे बड़ा एक फेस ऑफ जो है हमारे लाइफ में देखने को मिला. और आमने सामने घर के सामने दिखाई देता है कि हज़ारों आर्मी जो है, दोनों तरफ का आर्मी जो है हमें देखने को मिला. तो ऑलमोस्ट लाइक जंग का सिचुएशन जो है, माहौल जैसा हमारे गांव के सामने बन गया. तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा एक तरीके से अभी तक का जो चाइना के साथ जो रिलेशन रहा है 1962 से, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो शांति ही था. कोई दिखाई नहीं देता था कि बड़ा फेस ऑफ हो जाना है, एक दूसरे से मारपीट हो जाना, वो चीज़ें जो है कुछ ज़्यादा जो है होती नहीं था. तो ये जो है बहुत बड़ा होने से फिर लोगों का थोड़ा बॉर्डर की तरफ या चाइना की तरफ जो एक वो होता है सोच जो है वो लोगों में चेंज बिल्कुल हुआ है जो 2020 में जो हुआ है. और साथ ही साथ जैसे आपने बताया अभी भी डिसएंगेजमेंट प्रोसेस चलते आ रहा था और बॉर्डर पे जो जनरल लेवल पे टॉक्स होते रहा, तो उसमें अभी भी 2 फ्रिक्शन पॉइंट पे सेटल नहीं हुआ है, जैसे डेमचौक और डेमसंग का नहीं हुआ है. लेकिन बाकी एरिया में भी वो तो हुआ है, सेटल डिसएंगेजमेंट वगैरह हुआ है. लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे लिए सबसे बड़ा चेंज जो है इसमें ये देखने को मिला कि हमारे जो मॉरिटोरियम जो बोलते हैं, जो बफर जोन बोलते हैं, नो मेंस लैंड बोलते हैं, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़मीन जो है मॉरिटोरियम में जो है हमारे ग्रेजिंग एरिया,
बफर जोन में
जो है हमारे ग्रेजिंग एरिया जो था वो चला गया है. जिसकी वजह से जो नोमैड्स का जो एक्सेस था, जो ट्रेडिशनल ग्रेजिंग एरिया तक जो एक्सेस था, वो कहीं ना कहीं जो है उस पर रोक लग गया. और जो बफर जोन जो भी वो भी LAC से हमें बताया गया है, LAC से दोनों तरफ, उनकी तरफ भी हमारी तरफ भी 2-2 किलोमीटर्स की जो एरियल रेडियस जो है वो बफर जोन किया गया करके बताया है. लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली उससे ज़्यादा जो दिखाई दे रहा है ग्राउंड पे वो सबसे ज़्यादा हमारे नोमैड्स को असर किया है, क्योंकि जो फेस ऑफ जो जिस एरिया में हुआ वो हमारे नोमैड्स की जो ईस्टर्न लद्दाख जितने भी लोग हैं वो 90% जो है लाइफ स्टॉक पे डिपेंड है. उसका सीधा असर जो है इनकी लाइफ स्टॉक पे पड़ता है. और वो जो बफर जोन जो भी है वो हमारे विंटर ग्रेजिंग एरिया है.
This is that area of the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh that has witnessed maximum bloodshed. The latest being the Galwan clash of June 2020 when China amassed huge amount of troops resulting in a major face-off. On the intervening night of June 15, 16, 2020, a physical clash in Galwan Valley between the Indian Army and the People's Liberation Army in eastern Ladakh resulted in the deaths of 20 Indian soldiers, including a colonel. The clash was the first violent incident resulting in bloodshed since 1975, when for the first time shots were fired at the border.
So after 4 years, I don't think we need to call what's happening in eastern Ladakh as a standoff.
Okay.
And it must not be taken as eastern Ladakh alone. It must be taken as a complete northern borders, which takes from Karakoram Pass here right up to Kibitu on the other side, which is Arunachal Pradesh.
So the entire line of actual control.
Yeah. Now, if you go back to, we can go back to history of centuries, but it's not necessary for us people know nowadays.
Sure.
But the fact of the matter is that the Chinese have been claiming the watershed, which is as part of the 1959 line. 1959 line, there is no legal basis to why Chou En-lai decided on that line. There is no logic to it. But that line which he said in 1959 came up in 1960 actually. It actually occupied, it was wanting to take over the watershed. Now watershed I mean is that there is a plateau. We take Dapsang as a plateau or
Right.
Tibet as a plateau, and at the edge of the plateau there is a mountain range, and the mountain range, it drops it sheerly, comes down towards Indian side, which is a series of mountain ranges.
Right.
But on the Chinese side there is a plateau largely. So when they made a 59 line, they included the edge of this mountain range. So that becomes a watershed which sheds water across to Shyok River or toward Indus River, you been towards Chushul side, or towards Pegongso. So it's that thing. Now there have been those agreements and treaties from 1993 onwards which were under discussion, where a line of actual control was first spoken of in that 1993 treaty.
Right.
A line means a line between two people. A line between two houses, a line between countries. A line is a decided line between two people.
Right.
Now this is a line of actual control which colloquially everybody talks about, but fact is that two countries did not decide a line. So the whole concept of line of actual control was incurably flawed in that manner, because till the time you decide and demarcate. Now if you recollect, Nayanma, we go back to Shimla Agreement.
Right.
After the Shimla Agreement, Mrs. Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, they got two journals together, General P.S. Bhagat and General Hamid from Pakistan. They made 29 mosaics and 18 maps, and every inch of the line of control was marked on the map and sorted out on the ground. This line of actual control, there has been no demarcation. So we make a judgmental issue as this is the line of actual control. The Chinese have their own thought process of they stick to 1959 line, which is no logic. So there is no line decided between two people, and that becomes a basic of controversy. So anytime we were used to do patrolling from all these years, last 2-3 decades, there used to be problems.
Right.
There are protocols decided to sort it out. But since President Xi took over in 2012 and 2013 he became the president, the events happening on the line of actual control on eastern Ladakh became more serious. There was a 22-day standoff which happened in April 2013. Then there was a longish which happened in Dapsang. Then there was a longest standoff in Chumur. Then again there were issues in Dapsang in 15. 2017, you recollect, there was a 72-day standoff in Doklam,
Right.
which is in Sikkim area, Sikkim, Bhutan. So the things are becoming more serious as we came into 2012, 13 and onwards till we come to 2020. Now the Chinese came, and what Chinese did in 2020 was nothing that they had done earlier. Everything must be taken as a first. This was total new what they did. They came over a very large front, which is about 800 kilometers. Right. They went to every pass which gave us access to which we used to patrol across towards the Dapsang, towards the line of actual control, and they denied us patrolling into those areas. So, and they brought large amount of formation units from Taklamakan desert in Xinjiang and placed them close to us. So they created a threatening posture, and then they occupied 800 kilometers of the areas, and most of the passes were occupied by them.
From the Chushul Bowl, now we are making our way towards Rezangla and Rechinla. This is where the Battle of Rezangla was fought in 1962 when the India-China War had happened. The Rezangla War Memorial plaque continues to remind passers-by the valor of the Indian soldiers who laid down their lives fighting the war. The India-China border standoff has also pushed New Delhi to kickstart two major projects in Ladakh near the LAC. The first one being the 145-kilometer Chushul-Dungti-Phukche Demchok Road, also known as the CDFD Road. This will meet one of the long pending demands by the armed forces of having a metalled road hugging the LAC, similar to what the Chinese have done years back. The second project is an airfield coming up at Neoma, which will be having Indian Air Force's advanced landing ground close to the LAC. First landing of a fixed-wing aircraft at the Neoma took place on September 18, 2009, when an N-32 transport aircraft landed there. The runway is now being extended to 10,000 feet to enable it to handle all fighter aircraft in the Indian Air Force's inventory. 4 years since the Galwan clash, bilateral ties between India and China continue to remain tensed and disturbed. While India has said that it cannot be business as usual with China unless there is peace and tranquility in the border areas, China has said that the border or the boundary question can be treated separately while bilateral ties can run in normal sphere. In September 2023, when India hosted the G20 summit for the first time, Chinese President Xi Jinping did not attend the meeting. Instead, he dispatched his premier. Besides, since 2020, there have been no bilateral talks that have taken place between Prime Minister Modi or President Xi. The last time the two leaders were seen shaking hands with each other and exchanging pleasantries was during the G20 summit in Bali that took place in Indonesia in 2022. In May this year, after a gap of 18 months, China finally appointed their ambassador to India, Xu Fihong, who has expressed his willingness to take forward bilateral ties. After taking charge, he said, "I will make my due contribution to the improvement and development of the China-India relations." We now head towards the Pangong Tso to close this episode and make you understand where the situation lies now, and also the fact that the situation in the India-China border continues to remain tensed, and it may be a long-drawn effort that will be going inside as far as the military commander talks and the diplomatic engagements go on. So currently we are standing near the Pangong Tso, which is the Pangong Lake. As you can see, snow, there's this heavy snowstorm happening right now, and this is all misty. The weather is highly unpredictable here, as I already said. This is the place which was at the center of India-China border clash, and as you can see, this is the entire place where there are the finger points, the PPs that were in dispute. In the north bank of Pangong Tso, there had been disengagement, but the military standoff still continues. ABP Live is reporting from Pangong Tso Lake, and we saw on the road how the infrastructure has developed in a huge manner. The roads are in very high quality now, so the troop movements have become easier. We know that currently troops on both sides of the line of actual control are standing at huge deployment. Although there have been some kind of diplomatic and military talks are happening, yet the disengagement and the de-escalation process is yet to happen. For ABP Live, this is Nayanima Basu.